Good morning in there, out there, in there, out there, from in here, out here. Vivi's hanging in here. She's a little restless this morning. She might take off. But here's to you, good guys. I'm so amazed and appreciate your being here with us. It means a lot, doesn't it, Viv? Huh? It's very touching. Yeah, and I've heard from some people, and if you like this and you want to ask or tell some other people about it, that would not only be wonderful and nice, it would help us too, wouldn't it, Viv? Huh? Well, let's get it over with. He's a monster, a monster. So we have to, those of us who can't do anything about it because there's so many cowards who we unfortunately elect, you just have to think of other things. Yeah. Let me see if my list is still on. I do this on the phone because it's easier for me. And oh, I wanted to announce that on Saturday from 10 in the morning with lunch until 5 in the evening, we're going to be at Oxbow, and there's a few slots left. Be wonderful to see you and to be with you. And it's going to be about how to get started on writing memoir, not in a big, heavy professional way, but maybe for the grandkids or the kids or just a legacy to hand on. I know that several times I've thought about it and said to Julie, now that my mom and dad aren't with me, why do I keep thinking of all these things I could have told them or asked them about, not told them, asked them about so that I would know. And I don't know. I don't know about mom growing up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Um, I don't know about my dad through the war. I don't even know. No, I don't. Broken home, working in a mill, becoming a mill worker kid to one of the five nominees to be Coach of the Year in Division One. I asked nothing. All I had was an ego, I guess. Here you go. Would you like another one? You're looking the other way. It's so cute. What do you got on your beard, sweetie? Here you go. How about that? That's pretty good, huh? So anyway, Oxbow, 9/11. Let's take a second. Where were you? What stories do you have? There's that kind of thing, Oxbow. It's like an ad, but 9/11. I was preparing for class. I was looking at videos of poets, this time Lucille Clifton. And when I was done and turned off the video, on came the television, and I thought it was an early morning movie. Had no idea until the announcer started talking. I have a friend who forgot to take out the garbage, came back in, took it out, was late for work, lived. It was over before he got there. John Tommy's birthday today. Imagine that, having a birthday. And his daughter was in a tunnel, he thought, and he hadn't heard from her in the city. And then he did. Best birthday present he ever got, I think. So happy birthday, John. Let's have a slurp for that. There's a couple other birthdays. I forgot to write them down. But I hope to write to them today. Yeah. One of the remarkable and sad results of 9/11 was at Christmas, right after 9/11, a couple months later, it's still smoldering. the firemen are still working and at ground zero. And Julie and I were in the city and went down and watched them. And it was so moving to see these filthy firemen coming out from under the rubble. And then they would go into the church next door and shower and come out, and everyone would applaud. And what, I mean, applaud. But what could you do? Yell thank you. And the reason we were there was that Billy Collins was the poet laureate, and he and I were giving a reading at in New York City, and we were overwhelmed and really didn't know what to do. And we said to each other, well, we walked out, and Billy said, well, we're going to try to give you an hour and a half of something new that might help. We hope. That's what we hope. Yeah. And now we have a monster. Yeah. Tony Amato and I read at the Red Dock. You know, he created this amazing restaurant in the water in Saugatuck, Douglas, called the Red Dock. And he was out visiting yesterday, and he said he'll never go again. We can't do it there anymore. I can't take seeing what's happened to my Red Dock, for one. And two, the owners don't care about us at all. They gave us, I mean, not even $25, and they made probably $8,000 that night because of the crowd. They didn't care about us at all. They didn't even stay in, especially she didn't even stay and listen, watch. Just left and gave us nothing, not even a thank you, nothing. We're talking nothing at the Red Dock restaurant in Saugatuck, Douglas. That's how we got treated, and everybody else did too. It was funny. There was a group at the bar that took a drink every time the word dog appeared in a poem of mine. It's just marvelous, you know. It's so good. I got a marvelous email from Michelle Ott that was a column by Richard Rohr about. No, it wasn't by Richard. It was a friend of his, but it was about presence, and that we all create the presence that others live in or the world lives in. And hey, buddy, there you go. And that humans are the only creatures on the face of the earth that can decide and create the presence for the other. Squirrels are squirrels, birds are birds, trees are trees. They have one presence. But we can decide and we choose, and it's a heavy burden. You know, it's hard to be a human. And then the murderer goes and kills more of us. It's so hard to be a human. We didn't ask. I know I have an idea. I'd like to have anger. I'd like to have resentment. I'd like to have hurt. I'd like to have sorrow. I'd like to have grief. You didn't ask for any of that. You didn't ask for it. And all of you have to carry that around and figure out how you're going to cope and live with that. Vivi's just Vivi. You create a presence, but you don't decide it, do you? Huh? Or do you? Sometimes I wonder. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder. Yeah. Oh, I need a slurp. Yeah. The to see, you have to transcend thinking. Can you do that? Practice it. Try it. Work on it. Oh, you're coming all the way. You're coming all the way. No, 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 no. Back up. Yes, you'll just back up a little bit. There you go. But then you can really see. It's marvelous. And an art of any kind can enable you to realize It's not about art history. It's not about how did Renoir make this amazing thing. It's a gift to you, to us. And we look at it and we can realize. I remember being at the Art Institute in Chicago and looking at those gigantic Monet paintings. And all of a sudden I saw this little bit of red down at the bottom. And just something overcame me that I don't know what it was. I don't know what it means. I don't care. I just know how moved I was that for some reason he put down at the bottom a little splotch of red. And then I tried to take it away and it did change. That's where can you get that experience otherwise until you learn to do it that way instead of the way you're taught? You know, when did Monet paint the painting? Do you know what Julie's telling me? I want to be with you for an hour. And she's telling me 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
I'm the worst.
She's the worst. She just said, I'm the worst. Oh my God. A dear student of mine wrote an article about me. It's in the Christian Century about poets and pastors are the same. And it's a, boy, can she write. Oh, ho, ho. Even if you don't care about the material, the reading of the writing itself is such a joy. And you know what I forgot last week? Last week was the 5th anniversary of Julie finding Jennifer and Molly.
Say Jen Freyer's name. I'm not sure you said her name.
Jennifer and Molly.
Oh, no. The article.
Oh, Jennifer Freyer. Oh, I'm sorry, Julie. That's another Jennifer. Jennifer Freyer Griggs wrote the article. She's a pastor in Pittsburgh, and she wrote the article in Christian Century. Yeah, it's it's a magazine that's not what you might think if you're unfamiliar with it. Keep recommending the Chicago book. I was outside working in the garden, and a guy came, uh, and I heard, "Sir," and I leaped 14 feet into the air. I'm out of biscuits, Viv. You're gonna probably have to leave, but you can. Yeah, I can get your call. It was so funny. He really scared the wits out of me. And then he told me that he had the wits scared out of him, that he had been at a place the same day, and when he knocked on the door, the person who answered the door said, and I don't know, you know, he was Latino, but the person at the door said, "Get out of here, or I'm calling the police and getting my gun." Before he did anything, it was really scary. And he was still a little bit shaken from that. Gee whiz. Um, you know, a good phrase to walk around with all day? How can that be? Just look at something and say, how can that be? I remember a dear friend, it's not a problem, then I'll read a poem, but he, he, he was explaining, a biologist, explaining how a tree grows. And he said, you know, this, and then the cells divide. And I said, no, 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 no. How can that be? He said, what? I said, you just described that the cells divide, but how can that be? And you see where we usually stop with teaching? We stop here. And then we're, they don't include wonder. Got to include wonder. And right now, especially, that's what there is. That's what we need. That's what we depend on, don't you think? And wonder can be a little thing, it can be the laundry. I have to fold it today. It's fun. This is so and so's. This is so and so's. I wore this to such. It's fun. Make it a story. Well, here's a poem called "Some News from Home." You ever get some news from home? Some news from home. Started with a slurp. Oh baby. Out of biscuits, out of Vivi. Fresh cider's making the boys happy. The toads are sitting in the sun. There's a kind of wheat. Can you hear Vivi laughing? That's a good accompaniment for this.
No respect.
No respect, Julie says. Yeah, no respect. Fresh cider's making the boys happy. The toads are sitting in the sun. There's a kind of weed that has roots that spin like auger bits into the tree's roots. We've got tent worms. They may spread. The cat has been gone 6 days. Many of the people were feeling well. We're still wondering what to do with all the cucumbers and with Aunt Lenore. Do you have the keys to the side door? We're wondering if you would like some of George's fishing gear. Jane walks by the house every day. We are thinking about selling the truck. Any thoughts? Keep going. We're proud of you and send our love. Oh, whoa. And so does your sister. Send her love. Do you need anything? Take care. Be kind. Try to be cheerful. And thanks for hanging out.